We are in week 3 of the digitisation of the landlord lifecycle, and that is phase 3, ownership, management and growth. And we are continuing to document all the areas of landlord activities where landlords can use digital products and tools to simplify their landlord life. And there are so many benefits to doing this, and we've been showcasing them over this content series that we are hosting in association with our friends and partners at Lendlord. And part of being a landlord is making sure that your rents come in on time, and digital plays a huge role in this. And Lendlord actually has a rent collection module to assist with this. And I'm joined by Aviram Shahar, CEO and co-founder of Lendlord. And Aviram, this is one of those really exciting parts of digitisation where we're starting to integrate different digital platforms to make the process even more seamless. And for rent collection, we're talking about open banking, which is a relatively new thing for landlords to be aware of. We've seen it in tenant referencing, for instance. But when it comes to rent collection, Lendlord is integrated with online banking, open banking service called Plaid. And you've actually created this rent collection module to help landlords stay on top of their rent collection. So important, Aviram, isn't it? We need to know immediately if a tenant hasn't paid their rent on time.
Yes, absolutely. And you need to be on top of your cash flow as well. So you need to understand if you received all the expected income in each month. And of course, if you have an overdue or delay, you need to be aware and notify your tenant, especially if you manage it by yourself. But also landlords that use a property manager for the rent collection in order to be on top of their cash flow and track the performance of the properties, for instance. We still need to track it, and of course for their accounts toward the end of the financial year as well. So yeah, the open banking is a great platform to be automatically up to date with your cash flow for both expenses and income, and part of it, of course, the rent.
Well, I think you've just highlighted there about how important data is, and as it starts to build up, it starts to benefit you further, not only with the insights, but also creating this audit trail that can be used for your self-assessment tax return at the end of the year to look at how properties are performing. So there's many benefits, and you know, it's almost like the rent collection module is the kind of top layer, and then it's like an onion unpeeling underneath with all these other insights you can get as you put the data in. So Aviram, you've got a very quick demo of the rent collection module for us today, haven't you?
Yes, so we'll do like a quick demo on how you can automate your rent collection using the Lendlord platform. So let me share the screen. So this is my demo account. The first step is, of course, to create a property on my portfolio. For this example, I created this property before 5, and I put some details. The second step is to go to the My Tenants page and create the tenant and the tenancy. So I created this tenant for this property with expected payment of 1,050. I can click edit if you want to see the tenancy details. And after I create the tenant and the tenancy, the platform will create for me the payment schedule. So the payment schedule is basically all the expected income from this tenant/tenancy. I can take it backwards just to see, let's say, starting from the day that I started this tenancy and the end date, just for an example, so you can see all the expected rents and all the rents that already tracked in the history from this tenant. So I will take like an example for January. So in January, we expect James to pay this amount on the 1st of January. So, and landlord, after you created a property, you created tenant and tenancy, review payment schedule, I will go to the transactions page. So here is the place to link your bank account. And as Vanessa, you mentioned, we use Plaid as our provider. Is a regulated firm by the FCA to implement open banking, and Landlord is approved by the FCA to act as an agent of Plaid. So everything is secured. We don't store your credentials to a bank account. You will be just redirected to your bank account website to put your credentials, and then Landlord through Plaid will get a read access of your transactions. So I will not do it now. Because
we do have other webinars that demonstrate that in more detail, and that there's a small monthly payment for the Plaid integration, isn't there?
Yes, it's part of our premium plan. So if you want to link your bank account, you will need to upgrade to Landlord Premium Plan. It's £12 per month for the annual plan and 15 for if you pay month by month, and includes more features, not just the bank account linkage. So after you link your bank account, every day the platform will retrieve the last 24 hours transactions. So all the new transactions will be on your transactions page. Now, when you receive a transaction, for instance, this is transactions for this example, I received rent of 1,050. So this is James' rent. So I need just to select the property and then select the payment. So this is the payment of James for January 2022. Okay, so then I need to click on allocate and copy. I will go to my tenants, rent collection. I can select this tenant. And you can see that the tenant, that the rent was tracked with 3 days overdue. So he paid on January 4th. And I will also see it on my profit and loss page. So yeah, I have like other income for this property, but I will see also the rent from that I track now from James. Now, when you link your bank account, I didn't show it on this demo because I don't have a bank account linked to this account right now. You can also create rules. When you create rules, basically you can say that, okay, so I have here like an example. So any transaction that will be with this description and this amount will be matched to this property and this tenant. So basically, the next time the platform will see this transaction coming into your transactions page, it will allocate it automatically. So your rent collection will be up to date all the time, and you can see it also on the dashboard, the status of your rents. So how much was already paid from expected. And in terms of overdue payments, so if you haven't received the payment on time, you will receive a notification on your notification sidebar, but also to your email. So for instance, I have the rent payment overdue for this property, this tenant. Yeah, I need to keep up to update this account. It's very old, but let's say that from the recent days, then you can do two things: either track the payment, so let's say that it was paid and just haven't tracked it, or send a reminder. So you can put the tenant's email and send a message from your landlord account that he needs to pay his rent. So it's also the ability to interact on overdue cases, occasions. So
a couple of things that jump out at me there, Aviram, are doing everything on one dashboard as something that we've been advocating throughout this content month. And also that rather than you going to find things rather it's kind of like an outbound thing from you. It's actually inboard to the landlord from Lendlord. So your workload is far less because things that you need to be aware of are coming towards you rather than you having to go and look for things all the time.
Absolutely. So we have the alerts sidebar. You have also the insights page where you can see due dates and things like that you need to take care of. And of course, you will receive also email notifications as well. So it's absolutely right.
We love notifications. They're great. Quick question. Obviously, this works for both a single occupancy buy-to-let and also for HMO rent collection as well, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely. So on Landlord, you can define many tenancies per one property. So you can manage HMOs and you can link unlimited bank accounts as well. So basically, everything can be tracked. And the premium plan, by the way, includes unlimited bank accounts. So you get.
Well, as we saw in the demo very briefly, using the open banking integration and the rent collection module also starts to build up data for your tax return and also the performance of your properties. And those are things that you are going to be dealing with throughout the ownership, management and growth phase of the landlord life cycle. So actually, the more data that you build up in your Lendlord account, the more accurate your insights, the easier it is going to be to do your self-assessment tax return. And we do need to be mindful as well that making tax digital is coming in 2024 as we speak. That could change. But tomorrow, Aviram, we're going to take a deeper dive into the profit and loss module. But I think what we're seeing as this week and this month develops is that all the different aspects of Lendlord are all connected, they're all integrated, they serve each other, but of course they serve the landlord because you have so much information at your fingertips and displayed in a really easy to digest format as well.
Yes, absolutely. This is one of the main benefits, and also it can be accessible, for instance, from your mobile, so from everywhere. It's also something very important to mention.
Yes, it's great to be able to carry your portfolio in your pocket, and you can access your Lendlord data from anywhere in the world, provided that you have your device with you and also access to the internet. So many landlords get into property to have a lifestyle and undertake different lifestyle choices. So why not get your house in order, become a digital landlord, work off a dashboard, work off mobile. That's setting you up for a very happy later landlord life. But as I said, tomorrow we're going to be looking at the profit and loss module within Lendlord. Very, very important, as we said, not only for the performance of your properties, but also to build up the data that's going to form the basis of your self-assessment tax return, which all landlords do need to put in and file every year. So thank you for today, Aviram, and we'll be back tomorrow as we continue onwards with the digitisation of the landlord life cycle in association with Lendlord.